With 0 goals, a single shot, and the word disappeared, flooding millions of headlines overnight. Everyone rushed to say he failed Real Madrid, but what if the rapid blame told us more about football's myths than about Mbappe himself? The answer starts where the hot takes end. Midnight in Madrid, and the internet is already on fire. Headlines scream from every angle. Mbappe disappears. Madrid's miracle man goes missing. Is this the end of the dream? In the first hour alone, over 18,000 posts swarm X and Instagram. By dawn, the phrase Mbappe disappears has been stamped more than 180,000 times, surging through Spanish, English, and French feeds. Pundits pile on, clips of missed runs and blank stares go viral, and fans cut together low-light reels before the team even leaves the stadium. The word failure trends across Europe, drowning out any nuance. For every stat shared, 1 shot on target, 0 big chances created, there are 10 more hot takes, each louder than the last. In this storm, Mbappe is no longer a player. He is a headline, a scapegoat, a symbol of broken promises. The verdict is instant, the blame automatic, and the echo chamber leaves no room for questions, only outrage. Every summer, the transfer window promises salvation. A single signing, a superstar unveiled on the grandest stage, and suddenly the expectation is that everything changes overnight. The myth runs deep. 1 player, 1 answer, 1 trophy. It is a belief stoked by decades of headlines and highlight reels, by polls that show most fans expect instant silverware when a marquee name arrives. The story repeats itself with every Galactico, every world record fee, every unveiling on the Bernabeu balcony. The pressure is relentless and collective. The crowd, the pundits, the club itself, all searching for that one hero who will erase the past and guarantee glory. But football rarely works that way. Even legends like Zidane and Cristiano Ronaldo landed in Madrid with the same burden, and even their first seasons were judged by what they did not win. This cycle of hope and impatience is not new. It is the trap that every new savior walks into, and every fan, deep down, knows how it ends when the script does not go to plan. Real Madrid's shape told its own story long before the final whistle. The passing network, usually a web of triangles and options, shrank into something brittle and predictable. Arsenal's press forced the midfield trio, Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Bellingham, into rushed decisions and sideways passes. The width that defined Madrid's best nights was gone. The team's width index dropped by 18% compared to their league average. Fullbacks who normally pushed high and stretched the pitch found themselves pinned 12 meters deeper, unable to break the lines or offer overlapping runs. Every time the ball cycled out wide, it bounced back inside under pressure, with Arsenal's block closing lanes before they even opened. Heat maps from the night show congested lanes and cold zones where Madrid's wingers should have been. Instead of creating overloads, the midfield lost tempo and rhythm, leaving Mbappe and Vinicius isolated up front. The collective fault lines ran straight through the center of the pitch. Service vanished, spaces collapsed, and the entire structure tilted backwards. In moments where Madrid once thrived on quick combinations and fluid movement, they looked static, waiting for a spark that never came. Half, glancing over his shoulder as he pulls 2 Arsenal defenders out of position. The ball comes, but by the time he controls it, every forward passing lane has vanished. Valverde is shadowed, Vinicius is pinned, and the only option is a sideways pass that resets the attack. 3 minutes later, another sequence. Mbappe darts diagonally from the left, dragging both Ben White and Saliba deep into the channel. The movement creates a pocket of space behind them, but no teammate fills it. The ball never arrives. Freeze the frame and the gap is clear. Yet the run goes unrewarded, lost in the static of a team struggling for rhythm. In the 79th minute, he drops again, this time orchestrating an overload on the left. He gestures for support, but the midfield is slow to react, and Arsenal's block closes in. The numbers tell the same story. In both legs, Mbappe averaged just over 4 touches in the box per 90, stranded by a structure that never caught up. The effort is there. written in the tracking data and the empty channels, but the support is not. This is what isolation looks like at the highest level: movement without reward, space created but never claimed. Numbers from the knockout rounds leave no room for debate. Compared to League One, Mbappe's touches inside the box dropped by a quarter, 8.4 per 90 minutes in France, and just 6.3 in Europe's biggest games. Progressive passes received fell 18% from over 11 per match to barely 9, as defenders crowded his space and the ball rarely found him in stride. The data makes it clear: isolation was not a feeling, it was a fact. No one rewrites Champions League history alone. Messi's masterpiece at Wembley in 2011 began with Iniesta splitting Manchester United's lines, a pass that bent the game before Messi even touched the ball. Ronaldo's hat-trick against Juventus in 2017. Kroos and Modric set the tempo, Benzema drew defenders, and the gaps opened. The greatest nights are built on invisible work. Modern football demands more than a superstar, it requires a system. Mbappe's challenge now is not redemption, but adaptation. In today's game, evolution decides who truly becomes legendary. What do you think?